There were many events that led up to the creation of the Los Angeles Black Panthers. In 1960, black college students from North Carolina refused to leave Woolworth's lunch counter in Greensboro, North Carolina, after being denied service. This sparked a wave of other lunch counter sit-ins across the South. As a result, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, or SNCC, was created. In 1961, Huey Newton, a black student activist, met Bobby Seale while attending Merritt College in Oakland, where they both joined the Afro-American Association. In February of 1965, while addressing the Organization of Afro-American Unity in Harlem, Malcolm X was shot. Malcolm was pronounced dead upon arrival. In August 1965, Lowndes County Freedom Organization, an independent party in Mississippi, adopted the symbol of the Black Panther for its organization. One of the organizers was Stokely Carmichael, a student civil rights activist who had been a member of SNCC. In March 1966, Berkeley police interrupted a poetry reading, resulting in the arrest of Bobby Seale and Huey Newton. Charges were later dropped. In May of 1966, Stokely Carmichael was elected the chair of SNCC. In June of 1966, race-related rioting broke out in 43 cities, including Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Atlanta, and Detroit. Over 3,500 were arrested and 7 were killed. In October of 1966, Huey Newton and Bobby Seale developed an outline for this organization. They finalized a draft of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense 10-point program.
As a self-defense party, the Black Panther Party established a declaration to protect their rights as the human beings that they are. The 10-point program was written on October 15, 1966, as a set of guidelines to the Black Panther Party after acknowledging that all men are created equal. The 10-point program emphasized the ideal ways of the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence through its 2 sections. The 10-point program described what the Black Panther Party wanted from a described racist American society. The Black Panther Party newspaper titled the article, "What We Want Now, What We Believe." The 10-point program demanded: we want freedom, we want power to determine, we want full employment for our people. We want an end to the robbery by the capitalists of our black community. We want decent housing fit for the shelter of human beings. We want education for our people that exposes the true nature of this decadent American society. We want education that teaches us our true history and our role in the present-day society. We want all black men to be exempt from military service. We want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people. We want freedom for all black men held in federal, state, county, and city prisons and jails. We want all black people, when brought to trial, to be tried in court by a jury of their peer group or people from their black communities as defined by the Constitution of the United States. We want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. This specifically suits the LA chapter Black Panther Party, considering the police brutality and the violence going on in Los Angeles.
The LA chapter of the Black Panther Party was founded in 1968 by Butchie Carter and John Huggins. Both men would later be slain in the UCLA shooting. The Los Angeles area already dealt with a lot of police brutality, and as a result of that, the environment was perfect for the Panthers. So much so that the LA chapter grew to be the largest in the world. The hostile environment also allowed for the extension of the survival program, also known as the Panther 10-point program, which called for things like the release of all black men from prison. This, however, was one of the more extreme points. A significant fact to point out about the LA chapter is that they initiated the Free Breakfast for Kids program. Although the program was eventually shut down along with the Black Panther organization, a free breakfast and lunch program still exists today, and we must recognize the Black Panthers in general for that, but especially the LA chapter. J. Edgar Hoover once referred to the Black Panther Party as the greatest threat to the internal security of the country, which led to the Panthers becoming the subject of the FBI counterintelligence program operation, better known as COINTELPRO.
The LAPD's Vice Squad was transformed into the Metro Squad, which was working to target the Black Panther Party specifically and was best known as COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO recruited people to infiltrate the party and instigate certain kinds of acts and behaviors that would jeopardize and undermine the party. For example, William O'Neill was there to be an informant in the Los Angeles chapter. He became the security chief for the LA Black Panthers and had set up a rigged electric chair in case someone was suspected of being an agent. Melvin Cotton Smith was a security officer for the LA chapter and later identified as a police informant. Cotton had given the LAPD and FBI detailed blueprints of party facilities before the raid. The warrant was given on the basis of false information provided by the FBI regarding stolen military weapons. The day after the raid, Angela Davis and others set up a vigil outside the Black Panther Party's Southern California headquarters, and then the LAPD attacked them there again. On November of 1970, the LAPD raided the LA Black Panther Party's child care center, rounded up children, and held guns on them while officers beat up an adult member of the Panther Party. Police later claimed to be responding to a landlord complaint of children in the building. In December of '69, the LAPD deployed SWAT teams and 400 police officers to raid 3 LA Panther Party facilities, including the Central Avenue headquarters. The government's plan called for the police to focus gunfire at the Los Angeles chapter's leader Geronimo Pratt's bed. However, the Pratt was sleeping under the floor at that time. Under Geronimo Pratt's leadership, the Panthers stood their ground. After exchanging gunfire with the police for 5 hours, they then surrendered alive. To this day, none of the FBI agents involved in COINTELPRO war against the Panthers have been prosecuted for their actions.
In the late 60s, 2 groups dedicated to the Black Power movement sought to empower and liberate the black community in Los Angeles. The US organization was a cultural nationalist group, while the Black Panther Party was a leftist revolutionary nationalist group. The Black Panther Party and the US organization worked together as a cultural and revolutionary collective to fight against the common enemy, the white power structure. In fact, prior to the UCLA shooting, both organizations worked hand in hand at the 1968 Free Huey Newton rally organized in Los Angeles by the US organization. However, a memo sent out by J. Edgar Hoover on December 27, 1968, identified the 2 groups as feuding and made it a priority to keep both groups divided so that their strength is not increased through united action. In January 17, 1969, both groups met in Campbell Hall at the UCLA campus to select the director of the Black Studies program. After the meeting, US member Harold Tawal Jones confronted Black Panther member Elaine Brown aggressively. Enraged, both John Higgins and Bunchy Carter from the Black Panther Party approached Jones and began beating him. US member Claude Hubert pulled a gun out and shot both Huggins and Carter, fatally wounding them. Jones, who instigated the fight, was never charged, while the shooter, Hubert, fled to Guyana.
The Los Angeles Black Panther Party was eventually shut down by the FBI because the Bureau viewed the party as being a threat to the government of the United States. The FBI was well aware that within the Black Power movement there were competing factions. The Black Panthers competed with the US organization for preeminence. The FBI wanted to turn the 2 groups against each other because they knew that generating conflict between the groups would end up weakening the Panthers. The FBI also implemented COINTELPRO's tactics to destabilize the Black Panthers in LA. The slayings of John Huggins and Bunchy Carter hurt the Black Panther Party in Los Angeles because they were influential figures within the party and they were lost forever. The FBI accelerated the downfall of the Panthers by implementing numerous raids and arrests that helped target members and offices of the party. The police also instituted their own raids. In December 1969, the police raided a Breakfast for Children program in Watts. The LA Black Panthers lost many of their major leaders through assassinations, raids, and arrests. This consequently drastically diminished the party's strength in the city. Even though the Black Panther Party was eventually shut down, the Panthers left an impact, especially on young black people throughout Los Angeles. Scores of young African Americans admired the way the Panthers celebrated black pride and strong political organization. The Black Panthers inspired subsequent political and social movements such as Black Lives Matter.